We're going to Formula Drift Japan, you guys. So we're gonna get it acid dip.
Bust it open.
We gotta get a little work done.
Turbo's on there.
We got the subframe in.
Transmission in. All the stuff stiff. Yeah, so we got 4 stiffies in here.
So far for black.
Welcome to episode 7, gentlemen and lady. There's gotta be more than one out there. Comment below if you're a lady subscriber. We appreciate you. We're getting down to the nitty gritty on this thing. We're tuning in about a month. So after that, we'll disassemble it, powder coat everything, wrap, paint, all that good stuff. There's gonna be a lot happening in the next couple weeks. So we're going to weekly episodes. Last episode, JMO had gotten started on the front bash bar. So now he's kind of working on tidying up the rest of the plumbing, basically mounting everything. The front bash bar is done. Still need to plumb the nitrous system and then eventually wiring, but I don't think anybody's excited about that. You can tell JMO's excitement about wiring in his face. So, as you guys can see, front bash bar is done. It's basically mounts in 2 spots on the chassis. But yeah, pretty simple, clean. That means like, kind of the major fabrication is done with the bash bar done. So, very exciting. Okay, so if you guys saw the R32 before, you knew that we had lexan in all the windows, but our rear window was pretty cracked up. We had to get a new rear window. Kind of next up for that is get all the holes drilled for it. We already have all the mounting holes, and then trim it. And the old window was just on there, it wasn't trimmed up. Sick.
Basically, I'm going to kind of tape it down so it stays where I want it, and then we'll map out where I'm gonna cut this massive hole in it.
Measure once, cut twice, right? That's what they say.
That's what I do.
So this is kind of what we're going for on the rear window. Basically inside the green line will be cut out, so that'll allow air to get to the rear mount radiator. We're gonna maintain kind of a nice lip around there and then have this upper portion. Should look pretty clean. We'll have to access everything and still give somewhat of a factory look, if that makes sense. All right, I'm getting ahead here a little bit, but we got a roof wing. Oh, it's so sick. Yes. There'll still be room for some stickers under there.
Much later.
Oh, baby. Rear window is completely mounted. You can see all the little bolts on there. Looks pretty freaking sweet. It's not gonna be blue, by the way. You guys are wondering, it's just protection. It looks good. So, this is a challenge that really the last thing that goes in this area is the fuel fill. And it's pretty cool, right? It looks cool. Just twists off all that. But let's just show you guys what we're dealing with. It's very annoying. Ideally, you know, it's mounted somewhere in this area, but because it's like so long and the fuel cell is pretty high up there, it's hard to get the tube to do what we want to do. So that's kind of the next challenge. So I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna work on it. So it's a little hard to explain without it like really being attached, but if you guys can see, you know, if we push it down to like that corner, then it dips down, so fuel is gonna get stuck. Disgusting! And we don't want to have some weird like angle on it because that won't be aesthetically pleasing. So we're gonna.
I don't want it to look awkward.
Yeah, we're gonna trim our tubes a little bit and see what we can do. Whoa! Control yourself. Jim and I just spent, I don't even know how long, at least a half an hour, maybe an hour, trying to manipulate that hose and the filler and do everything to make it work. And finally, we had the gas can out and we just said, you know what, it, we're doing direct fill. Jim, show them like it's really not that big of a deal. I feel like we were overthinking it, but.
Nice shot!
So yeah, if anything, we'll get a little bit longer hoses for the tanks, but that's gonna work just fine. And honestly, it's way cleaner now without that crazy hose and way less work. All right, so next up on stuff for the back end, we do need to figure out the rear wing mounting, but there's something pretty cool that I'm excited about. Formula drift rules require a third brake light, and so I want to do something kind of different. Everybody's third brake light that I've seen is just your basic strip. I deep dove on the Amazon and the eBays. Check this thing out. It's kind of like fat E-wire. Oh baby, plug it in. Oh! Trying to figure out JMO's reaction. It's like, I thought it would be so sick to like line like the window or underneath the window. Oh, sick looking. Obviously it's not gonna be drooping there. I'm pretty pumped on this. Okay, so I totally lied to you guys, I forgot. We still, fabrication wise, we still have one intercooler pipe and the exhaust. I think that's basically it. So we're pretty much done with fabrication, but we're saving like kind of pain in the dick things for the end. So
I'm just trying to figure out what the move here is. I might have to cut it back farther if I can't get the right deal here, but
yeah, it's the next adventure. So we get that intercooler pipe done and then exhaust eventually, and then fab is done, but pretty close. JMO has like 6 different things going on right now. So let's start out with the nitrous system. So that was really the last thing that needed to be plumbed if you guys have been paying attention to this build series at all. With the nitrous, it's starting back here, obviously. And it's basically just one line all the way up to the front. So it's super simple, right? Then you get up to the front. You wanna give a little rundown, JMO?
so with this kit, we need to have this nozzle here, which mixes the fuel and the nitrous, and then atomizes it here. We need to have it within 6 inches of the throttle body in order for it to get the proper spread into the intake manifold. It comes with a fuel solenoid, a nitrous solenoid, and then this is our nitrous solenoid for the purge system. Ooh. So that's kind of a basic setup of the purge.
So it's a dual purge. So then on there's like 2 little LED modules with 5 LEDs each.
Wow.
When we hit the purge, there'll be like 2 individual clouds and they'll be lit freaking blue. So it's gonna be so sick. You got there. It's like a goblet. Okay, so it's such a pain in the... I was gonna say something weird too. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. We basically have to clock like that whole lobster tail. That's like the term people use. But yeah, we need to clock that over just basically 1 pie cut, so it'll clear everything. And then from there, I've looked everywhere for oval 4-inch. The biggest they make is like almost a 3.5 inch. So we'll have basically a titanium down pipe, and then we'll transition to stainless steel and run that all the way back and just dump it behind the rear axle. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for the exhaust. All right, guys, well, that is that for this week. We are doing weekly episodes now, so every Friday we'll be doing uploads. Stay tuned. Hope you'll hit that subscribe button. Also, HaugenRacing.com has all our sick merch. I got our 350Z t-shirt on. Thanks for the support. We'll see you guys next Friday for the build, but we upload 5 days a week, so check out all those other videos. All right, peace.